Hi everybody, welcome to today's reading. Today's spirit talks about a bit of a difficulty separating reality versus non-reality, or what's not really happening. So there's a sense of you're creating a reality in your mind. You're thinking this is what is happening, but it doesn't feel good. That's how you'll know that what this reading is saying is really giving you a message about the reality that you're thinking is a really negative space, right? And Spirit goes, but no, that's not true. Okay, so Spirit is encouraging you to just step back out of that goopy space and look at what you're thinking is happening. Is it really happening? Or is this just that, you haven't heard from that friend for a while, so they mustn't like you and you're imagining it? They're just busy. I mean, after all, it is the crazy season. So I'm just using that as an example because Spirit is wanting you to remain positive and upbeat, and yet you're going into the space of like, this has been my life for 2025, 2026 will be the same. And Spirit's saying there's a real need to pause on that and remind yourself, life is what you make it. And when we get into that fate space where we think, what's meant to happen will happen, that is untrue, but also true. It is true if you continue that negative thinking. It's like you can't help but create a negative outcome. You've got to push yourself to think of a more positive goal, a more positive outcome, a more positive direction for yourself. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck. And when you're stuck, that's sometimes when we look for support. But in this particular instance today, Spirit is saying that it's just purely about you pausing and noticing that you're playing this over and over, this negative thinking. You're playing it over and over. Spirit's like, start thinking that you've got this. You've got this. All right. So you know the deal? You're going to pick 3 cards. You're going to pick the left, the right, and the middle. Just randomly. You can pick any one of those, or you can take all 3. Lefties. Yeah, so leave the shatola behind. Who needs to play that game? It's a very unpleasant place to be in. And this is about really securing yourself into your soul purpose, into your future. Then it doesn't happen overnight. Why would it? That's kind of silly, isn't it? But Spirit is saying that you're taking those very solid steps towards it, even starting with your thinking, will make all the difference. Righties. Strategy. Yes. So Spirit is encouraging you to strategize and talk about your strategy to other people. It may seem like, pigs may fly, that'll never happen. But you can say to people, you know what, I'm thinking about going and doing this degree, or I'm thinking about doing this new job, and I'm thinking about, and people will be like, oh yeah. And also notice that people are like, to that idea. Notice that those people might not be your best people to go to because they're in that negative space, and maybe they've done that to you before, because no one likes someone else to change to be better, bigger, brighter than they are. Middle card. Middle card. These 2 people are leaning against the tree, right? They're not looking at each other, and yet they're infinitely connected by this massive old tree that they're both leaning on, and they both have different perspectives. And this is where you can find yourself accepting, like the Spirit was saying a moment ago with the other card, that you can accept that other people have a different perspective, which may be a negative perspective, but you do not need to buy into that, and you do not need to leave them. It's not like you have to be like, I need you out of my life, because maybe they're just going through something at the moment themselves. You can just choose to not buy into that type of thinking and choose your own way of thinking, because you're wanting to head towards your own soul purpose. And on that note, have a wonderful day.